You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, October 17th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. A scary moment for one driver this morning after their vehicle rolled over near Highway 160 and Greenwood Road. Our News 25 photog Anthony Roberts was on the scene quickly and has more.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
Just before 10:30 a.m., emergency crews responded to a single-vehicle rollover crash near the intersection of Highway 160 and Greenwood Road. According to the preliminary report, the driver was heading southbound when the vehicle allegedly suffered a mechanical failure, causing it to veer across the roadway into the shoulder and into a ditch where it came to rest on its roof. The driver told deputies the vehicle began shaking erratically before losing control. Fortunately, no injuries were reported in the crash.
More news now. A local business located just off the Las Vegas Strip realized that it's been hard on those affected by the government shutdown. Some federal workers have been furloughed and some are even working without pay. There was a one-day promotion recently deemed as strippers against shutdowns. A local business is rising to the occasion by helping out federal workers that have been furloughed or laid off because of the shutdown. The Crazy Horse 3 is an off-strip gentlemen's club located near Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. They ran a promotion recently that offered free lap dances, and the establishment waived their normal $50 cover charge. The Strippers Against Shutdowns promotion apparently was for one day only on Wednesday, October 15th. Guests were required to present a valid government-issued identification or proof of employment and be 21 plus years of age to participate. The owner of the Crazy Horse 3 said, Las Vegas has always been about taking care of people who work hard. Well, hey, it's Las Vegas after all, right? And speaking of Las Vegas Senator Jackie Rosen took to Zoom to address the importance of keeping the Affordable Care Act. She's asking for the Republicans to come to the table and extend these credits in yesterday's call. KPVM's Haley Gravy reports.
October 16th, 2025, Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen warned that families across the state could face major financial strain if Congress does not extend the Affordable Care Act's enhanced premium tax credits.
Fighting to protect our families, fighting to protect their access to quality, affordable health care, their ability to get an insurance policy that allows them the chance to go to the doctor, get their medication in a way they can afford.
Rosen says Washington Republicans are blocking the extension, which she argues would hurt working Nevadans. The senator has repeatedly voted to keep the government open and says she's pushing to reduce rising healthcare costs.
When we have a fix that's extending the credits and, of course, working on improving them for everyone and making them better, working with legislation to modify and enhance and improve so we can reduce this anxiety. Before I let the press come on, I want to ask you each one last question. And so,
according to her office, if the enhanced tax credits expire, more than 95,000 Nevadans could see their monthly health insurance premiums nearly double. She also says every Nevadan with health insurance, whether through the marketplace or an employer, would face higher premiums if action isn't taken soon. Rosen is calling on Washington Republicans to act before the credits expire.
I can tell you this. My motto is agree where you can, fight where you must. Everyone knows that. I am willing to work with anyone, anytime to come to the table and talk about what's so important. You heard the stories here. These are just 3 of the stories. If I opened up my the inbox of all the letters I've had coming in on email in the last, even in the last month, but overall, you would see that for healthcare, it's the number one thing people are worried about. And there's too many burdens, are being squeezed too much, and people are going to have to make too many choices. So Republicans, all we're asking is for them to come to the table. The shutdown is on them. They control the White House. They control the House of Representatives. They control the Senate. In fact, the House of Representatives barely been in a day.
And this weekend, Nye County is gearing up for a high-octane community celebration. The much-anticipated poker run event is back, and it's bringing locals and visitors together for a good cause.
Organized as a fun-filled desert adventure, the event aims to showcase the beauty of our Nye County desert while raising vital funds for the Pahrump Disability Outreach Program, or PDOP. It all kicks off tonight, Friday, with a dazzling parade of lights featuring side-by-sides cruising from Ian Deutsch Park through Pahrump Valley Boulevard and ending at Petrick Park. Once there, families can enjoy a kid-friendly trunk-or-treat along with a haunted house, vendors, food trucks, games, festive costume contests, and live music kicking off with award-winning Lil Mikey Ruhan at 6 p.m.
Since you've been gone, I can breathe for the first time. So moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone.
Saturday morning starts bright and early with a pancake breakfast hosted by the Holiday Task Force. Drivers will gather at the rodeo arena for a morning meeting followed by a moving performance of the national anthem. Then engines roar to life as off-road vehicles launch the main event, the Poker Run. Riding under the stars and stripes, hoisted high by Valley Electric Association's bucket trucks. Spanning nearly 70 miles, through scenic desert terrain, the run includes 5 poker stops with games at each to collect cards. The halfway point, Crystal, Nevada, the perfect desert pit stop before heading east through Johnny and Pahrump and back to Petrick Park. Once the dust settles, the celebration continues with food trucks, vendors, more live music, raffles, and prizes. Local youth groups will even offer vehicle wash services for donation. Whether you're riding, watching, or just there for fun, this poker run promises something for everyone, all for a great cause, and all right here in our own backyard.
All right, good luck to everyone involved, and Mikey's coming up with sports, where the Vegas Golden Knights took on the Boston Bruins last night. Hey, I'm familiar with those guys. It's all coming up and more. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. The Las Vegas Aces Championship Parade, well, just tipped off, and the Boston Bruins came to town last night for a goal fest. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aces are back at it again, collecting championships like it's a loyalty program. Their celebration just kicked off at 5 p.m. Fans are invited to join the fun for a parade and a rally to honor the Aces 2025 WNBA title, their third championship in 4 seasons. Dynasty alert, Las Vegas Boulevard is expected to reopen at 7:30 p.m. Meanwhile, at T-Mobile Arena, the Vegas Golden Knights decided defense is optional, but goals are mandatory. William Karlsson scored twice, and Vegas outlasted the Bruins 6-5 in a thriller on Thursday night. Jack Eichel and Pavel Dorofeev each added a goal and an assist. Next up for the Knights, they welcome the Calgary Flames on Saturday. Now shifting gears to college hoops, UNLV Lady Rebels are locking in their Mountain West Conference schedule for the 2025-26 season. They tip things off against New conference foe, Grand Canyon, on the road December 17th. And finally, the UNLV football team is undefeated at 6-0, and Coach Dan Mullen is getting some well-deserved flowers. He's been named to the 2025 Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year Award watch list by the American Heart Association. The award honors college coaches who elevate the game. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. And as cooler temperatures settle into the valley, local gardeners are shifting gears for the fall season. The Pahrump Master Gardeners are stepping up with expert advice to help your autumn garden thrive.
Hello, this is Heather Freeman coming to you from the University of Nevada, Reno Extension at 1651 East Calvada, right here in Pahrump. I'm here to invite the members of the public, that would be you, to the garden this Sunday, October 19th from 1 to 4 p.m. We will be hosting Autumn in the Garden. For landscape owners, homeowners, come on over and visit with us. The Master Gardeners will be at different stations around the garden, demonstrating things like dividing iris, pruning roses, pruning palm trees, how to compost, and what kinds of things you can grow in your vegetable gardens through the winter. We also have our lovely labyrinth and a bench that was just reinstalled, thanks to one of the Master Gardener's husbands who fixed it up for us. So come on over this Sunday, October 19th, from 1 to 4 p.m. At the Extension Gardens at 1651 East Calvada. If you'd like to RSVP, you can shoot a text to 775-990-8322. That's 775-990-8322. We'll see you Sunday afternoon at the garden.
Okay, going to be perfect weather for that event, and this year's Victoria's Secret fashion show kicked off in high energy style yesterday, opening with performances from 2 chart-topping artists before the models hit the runway.
Victoria's Secret staged its 2025 fashion show in New York, bringing together iconic models, musical performances, and the brand's signature spectacles. Among the confirmed runway stars were Adriana Lima, Anna Akyei, Gigi Hadid, and Alex Consani. The show had a pink carpet and showcased a variety of celebrities who attended the show. Music performances were a key component this year. Victoria's Secret announced that Madison Beer and K-pop group Twice will headline the show's entertainment lineup. Twice delivered one of the evening's highlights, performing on stage during the show and joining in a visual spectacle alongside the models. The returned angel wings, dazzling lingerie, and glitzy staging underscored the brand's effort to fuse fashion with entertainment. As the 2025 Victoria's Secret fashion show unfolds, viewers and fashion fans alike are watching closely to see how the brand balances its legacy with the evolving expectations in diversity, performance, and spectacle.
And a computer tech tip coming up from Josh Osborne. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's Josh Osborne now from Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals with a tech tip.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today's topic is part 2 of words that our customers use that are unfortunately not correct. Today's word is crash. A lot of times people come in and they say, my computer has crashed. And what they're probably referring to is something they've seen in an old movie that involves a computer where the physical hard drive shattered. And basically what that means is back years ago, not so much anymore, but there was a time when hard drives consisted of an actual silver spinning platter that moved like a record player or a CD player, and that drive would spin thousands of times a minute, and after years and years of that wear and tear, sometimes they would actually physically break apart. They would shatter or crash. But what's actually happening when someone comes in and they say that word, that's not the case. What has happened is usually a couple different things. Number one, their computer didn't crash. It's bogged down with so much junk. A lot of people have 2 or 3 antiviruses all running at the same time, which is a terrible idea. Or oftentimes they'll have so many different junkware programs running in the background that it's bogging down their computer and not letting it work correctly. It's not a crash, it's just you, unfortunately, not using a lot of wisdom and common sense and just putting way too much stuff on your computer that is slowing it down. Number 2, another reason we see is they do actually have one of those old-fashioned hard drives that has the spinning moving parts, but it hasn't shattered like they see in the movies. It is basically slowing down because those drives are typically 5,400 RPM drives or 7,200 RPM drives. That means every minute that computer is on, it's spinning potentially 7,200 times. And as you can imagine, year after year, that kind of wear and tear, it causes that drive to break down and it slows down. It doesn't crash and shatter, hardly ever, but it causes it to slow down. It becomes basically unusable. And sometimes those computers have a hard time even booting up to that drive. So oftentimes they'll call it a crash. The third time is our friends with Microsoft Windows. What they like to do oftentimes is release updates or patches or fixes that are supposed to improve this operating system called Windows. And oftentimes it does the exact opposite. It screws things up. They decide to switch out a driver and all of a sudden your graphics card doesn't work anymore because the driver we gave it has been taken out and the one that Microsoft says is better has been switched in, and they cause that computer to blue screen when it turns on, and a lot of people see that and assume it's a crash. Again, it's not. So when you bring your computer into us, we're going to figure out which one of those 3 it is, and every single time we're going to be able to fix that issue for you guys. So come on in, explain why your computer crashed. We'll figure it out, we'll fix it, we'll get you guys back up and running. We appreciate your support and we appreciate you guys watching these videos. Got lots more to come. Make sure to stay tuned for our next quick tutorial.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, and we're looking out to Mount Charleston. I do have some special guests on this weather cam telling us it's that time to pull out some special clothing.
Finally, sweater weather. Sweater weather. About time. It's about time. Sweater weather.
Complete forecast up in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. It's your weather forecast from the anchor desk. It's 66 at Fernley right now. Today it was, at least. Fallon, 66, 67. Carson City, Tonopah, 63. They're mining 65 degrees in Goldfield. Beatty, it ain't 80. It's 75, 79 in Maricosa. Las Vegas, 76. They're enjoying some great weather right now. Parade just kicked off with the world champs. And Death Valley is 87. And your temperature right now in the region, 74. Right here in Pahrump and around sunrise this morning at 6:53 a.m. 20% humidity, westerly direction on the wind, 5 miles an hour, high of today near 76. And your sun is setting, well, earlier and earlier. If you're running, get out there a little earlier. 6:04 p.m. tonight, sunset, 35% humidity, easterly direction for the wind, and 5 miles an hour. Low of 49 degrees, and you'll need a little blanket tonight, maybe. Snuggle up with somebody, maybe 80 degrees tomorrow. Beautiful. Lots happening Sunday, 82, 81 on Monday, Tuesday, 83, 78 On Wednesday, Thursday, 79, 79 Friday, we are coming into the most perfect time of the season for most people, say. You got the poker run at the Petrack Park, a great time to get out there. And then we've got the wine tasting on Saturday, tomorrow at the Charleston Peak Winery. That'll just about do it for all of us here this week and the staff at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great weekend.